What's up everybody, this is Joe from Mainline Overland. I'm standing in front of this 1794 edition new iForce Max Tundra that we just wrapped up a ton of upgrades on. So let's dive in and take a closer look at everything we did to this truck. Starting off up front here, we went with CBI's Covert front bumper. This bumper gives the truck a super kind of OEM stealth look, but still gives you recovery points, winch mounting options, and I really like this kind of OEM plus package here. We also went with a Factor 55 Ultra hook up here. The red on here really ties in well with the truck. This bumper also features a place to mount a 20-inch Baja Designs light bar. We went with amber here, and then a clear Baja Designs light bar up here. This is actually not a TRD Pro model. We just swapped in the TRD Pro grill, so we were able to add this light bar in here. So it gives you a ton of light up front without being super obnoxious, which I really like. For the wheel and tire package on this truck, we went with a Method 316 here. This is a 17-inch wheel, so you get a little bit meatier rubber on the tire. Speaking of tire, we went with a Maxxis Razor AT. It's actually a 35 by 11.5, so it's an inch narrower than the typical 35s you see on a lot of trucks. The real star of the show of this build is the Dobinsons MRR Suspension on here. So it's a remote reservoir suspension all the way around, which is really gonna soak up the bumps. That extra reservoir in there really helps if you're on super long bumpy roads. That extra fluid in there really helps keep the oil in there cool, giving you a smooth, comfortable ride for a very long time. The suspension is also adjustable rebound and compression, so depending on the weight, you can kind of fine tune how this truck feels. For upper control arms, we went with Icon's Billet adjustable upper control arm here. This bright silver in here really gives a nice pop of brightness in the wheel well here. When it comes to any overland build, the suspension you choose is going to make the biggest impact on how it performs on and off-road. And I think this Dobinson suspension is one of the best out there for the money. This is what I would do on my truck. Moving down the side here, we went with CBI's Overland Edition Sliders. These are going to give a ton of protection off-road, but also gives you a nice step to make getting in and out of the truck a little bit easier. In the rear, we went with Dobinson's long travel setup on their MRR suspension. Going long travel does require a few other modifications to the truck, so we installed new upper and lower rear control arms from Dobinson's, as well as an adjustable track bar, so you kind of get the axle sitting in the perfect space and tracking straight down the road. It also required some longer sway bar links and extended bump stops to make sure we're not going to have any rubbing interference on the up travel. So this customer really wanted to be able to run a truck bed cover and a rack, which is actually kind of hard to find these tonneau covers that allow for mounting. So our answer to that is always going with Retracts. They provide this nice T-slot channel here, so it's easy to mount kind of whatever bed rack or crossbars you want to do, and allows us to easily mount a rooftop tent. Another mod here we did on the back was we installed this Weboost antenna. This customer really wanted to still be able to stay connected while he was out there camping and stuff, and this is a really good solution. We went with the fold down mount here. So while you're driving around, you can get full coverage here. But if you're going to in some trails with some low tree coverage, this bracket actually swings down here and you're able to lower this so you're not going to get hung up on any trees or low overhangs out there. So now that we've gone over all the exterior upgrades on this truck, let's take a look under the hood and show you what we did electronically to this build. Under the hood here, we have a Garmin power switch controlling all of the lights, radio, Weboost, kind of everything on this truck. This is kind of the central brain of everything going on. So we have the grill light wired up here. We have the grill light, the backlighting in it because it has the Baja backlighting, so it has a nice amber glow. We have the grill light down here. This is also controlling the radio inside the cabin. Went with a Midland MXT 275. That is mounted under the seat, so it's a nice, super clean, kind of out of the way look inside. And we also have the Weboost power to this power switch, so you can easily turn it on and off from either your phone or the Garmin Overlander unit if you're looking for a navigational upgrade. But a lot of people just opt to do it on their phone. They're usually phones already up on the dash running navigation or what else. So we really like the power switch because you can just run it off your phone and you don't need a secondary screen inside to control everything. While we got the hood open here, I do want to mention that the hybrid powertrain on the new iForce Max Tundra does create more complicated wiring install, and that's why you should come to a trusted shop like Mainline Overland, because you really do not want to be messing with these hybrid powertrains. These create a ton of voltage and could kill you pretty easily. Thanks for checking out this walkthrough video on this new Tundra we just wrapped up. If you want to get a build done by the experts here at Mainline Overland, all of our contact info can be found below. Thanks for watching.